Another video. It's during the daytime, lighting's a little weird. I still have to block out this curtain, so just kind of bear with me here. But the topic I want to do today is be honest about who you were before. So let me talk about myself here, and you can relate it to your own experience. Back when I was 19, I mentioned this in another video, I was deeply, deeply lost. I was alienated from my birth religion. I was indifferent to that culture at the time, and I desperately needed a roadmap for the future. I had nothing. I was isolated socially. It just wasn't there. I wasn't good socially. Yeah, I could be a clown and make people laugh, but that was the value I had brought to people. In my desperation, I turned towards self-help groups of other men, and I tend to hyper-focus, and I get obsessive, and I engage with that culture so much that I was elevated within it and went up the hierarchy as an assistant coach. But here's the thing. If I was deeply honest about who I was back then, all I wanted was acceptance. All I wanted was validation. I would go to these bars and hit on women. And when they would actually have interest back, when there was like, when they actually wanted to, engage with me, I would dip out because all I really wanted was the validation, And I was worried if I let people too close, they would reject me in the same way I was rejected by all sources growing up. And that created a very, very deep resentment in me. So I was only really in it for validation. When I was being used by other people for labor, I saw it as getting ahead at the time. But here's what's positive about that. It's not just negative, what was me. What I'm saying here, following those paths spurred me to action. I spoke to like thousands of people like out on the street and really worked on my social skills. I did internships for people and learned how to cold call and how to engage strangers on the phone, how to send proper emails. I had several jobs where I forced myself, because I feel like I wasn't good enough, where I forced myself to move so I can feel good enough and I can have experience that people validate. The good part of that, man, it got me to like venues, it got me to exclusive parties. I was actively posting on social media. I was sharing myself with the world. Yes, it was, what's the word I'm looking for here? It was a crafted image I was putting out there. I thought I would be what the world wanted, but I did with the best with what I knew at the time. And through the experiences and pain that I had, it's that pain that helps you become a better person. It's not being in a constant upward spiral. I just had a flashback of being at a wedding. This is funny. I'm going to share this. I just had a flashback being at a wedding, and it was a very nice venue, and this guy had a great job, and he seemed like he had a solid friend group, really great for him. But he kind of approaches me out of nowhere, and he's like, hey, I can get you in this friend group here, I can get you an in. I just met you. I don't give a fuck. Like, bro, let's see if we're compatible as people first. Let's see if we actually like each other. And then not you being upset with me or something over something stupid. It's not my fault I'm so attractive. Sorry. I just can't believe he said that. But now I'm getting a little off topic here. So he's working with what he knows at the time, right? He has his elevated status through his friend group, his job, and he believes that's what's important in life. And he hasn't encountered the pain to make him realize that humanity, that other people, make life worth living. And that was a lesson I had to learn through the pain of self-isolation, distrust, and refinding myself now. I did the best I could with the very minimal tools I had then and very minimal support. Yeah. And I forced myself to have those experiences and grow. People look at me and they say, hey, I'm surprised you can do the things you do. I felt like I had no other choice. So I'm off to work. See ya. I hope this made sense and you took my experience and related it back to your life.